Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about what we do and the back and let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about
Well, hi there. How's everybody doing today? Nice to see you all. Let's see if we can get Joey back up here. I don't know if it's going to let me post the link. It will or it won't. And the other thing I need to do is I need to reopen YouTube, because if I leave that open, then I get feedback. So it's one thing or another. It's either feedback or it's a lost mouse. There she is. Hi, Joey.
Good morning. Good morning, Brother Fish.
Right.
Good morning, everyone in the shoal. Good morning.
Hello, Joel.
Yes. And I guess we probably should just get it right into some hellos, right?
You bet. Let's do hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Who's starting near you? With some hellos, right?
Right. We get kick the
Now we
volume.
got Erica.
There we go. We're good. We're good. What do we
All
got?
right. Well, I'm going to start with hello. I
Go for it.
have Broadcast Illusions, Fishing Tactics, J-Dog, Roman Sharab. And then I see Hannah Robinson, Edgar, Karuna Karen, and they were talking a lot this morning. Good morning, Kevin.
There were midnight lobster. Screams and lobster, he says.
James Handy.
Duco.
I think I said Kevin already, but Jenny Lamb, David Fellows. Yep.
David Fellows.
And World's Smallest Aquarium, or
Michael.
Smallest Fisher, we changed it. Johans, hello. Karuna Karen.
Monster Fish Gal.
Bateson Genetics is here.
HB. Hey, HB.
Yeah. Compass Memphis. Great Guppy Guy. Patrick Duco. And you said HB Monster Fish Gal. Lori.
Purple Silver Haze.
Wow. Awesome. And Chevy Fish is here. Community Aquatics is here and looks new. Good morning. Mermaids Chorus, Frugal Aquatics, PJ, Teresa.
The Fish Box.
Yes. And who else we see? I think you said the Midnight Lobster already. Yep. Michael Long.
Community Aquatics.
Yep. Looks like they're new.
They're new. Hello, hello. Nice to have you with us.
Yes. And hopefully we got everybody. And then I'll try to keep up as people come in.
Teresa Lovelace, Frugal Aquatics. You got them.
Yep. I did, but it's always okay to say hi twice. Good. Hello, Jordan.
Doesn't hurt a bit. Hi, Jordan. David Fellows.
Yes.
David's been doing a series of videos on setting up a dirted tank, and it's been really impressive.
Oh, good. Nice.
Yeah, check out his channel. It's really quite nice.
Good morning, Tony. Awesome.
World's Smallest is wondering how many different nationalities we have here. That's always fun.
I
It's
mean,
always
that's
fun to look at.
sure. I mean, if everybody wants to post their country or state or whatever
Country
you
of
want to
origin, right?
put
Yeah,
in, whatever you want to put in, it helps us know where everyone is from. That is true.
right. Well,
Good,
Naresh
Mr.
is from Sri Lanka, so I know that one. We got people here from England, the Netherlands, Michigan. That's a remarkable state where
Mm.
Purple Silver Haze is from. Ireland, Montreal,
John, Michigan.
Ohio, another outlier.
Yeah. Good
New
morning,
York,
Mr. Manifesto, Reese, Tam, Shepherd, Patrick.
and Shepherd, yes, James
Yeah,
Henry.
okay, so they're putting it in. Yep. All right. Cool.
Indiana, Sweden,
Richie's from
Australia,
here. Awesome.
Frugal Aquatics,
Good
and
morning,
Montreal, of course, is in Baltimore. West
West Virginia.
Virginia, David Fellows, thank you kindly for the mention. You're welcome, David. You're just doing a remarkable job, and I'm really impressed with it.
I like
And
community aquatics. Northerner migrated south.
Northerner migrated south. Right.
Ooh, Hannah, Czech Republic.
Oh, wow, cool. Nice to
Wow.
see you.
Illinois.
New
Frederick,
Hampshire.
Maryland. Color guppies. Cool.
Frederick. Color Guppies is in Frederick, Maryland. I
Yep,
used to live
and
in
big
Frederick.
for Australia. Yep.
Roman, Chevy.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Amanda.
Amanda is here. Vinotsky. Hello, Vinotsky in Southern California.
Amanda's from New Hampshire. Yep. Good morning, Joan.
Patrick is saying, David Fellows, it's always fun to find a fellow fish fan who also loves Pink Floyd. There you go.
There you go.
Lee had a comment about that earlier, I think yesterday. He appreciated it as well.
Cool. Good morning, Seth. John McKenzie's from Boston, Massachusetts. I know,
Bass.
Seth. Yeah.
Bass.
Yeah.
A used 75-gallon for $50.
$50.
I'm
Wife might
sure
tell me.
on that, James.
Haven't we all been killed more than once or twice?
Jump on that. What?
John says, his wife would kill him. I'm like, haven't we all been killed more than once or twice?
Yeah, it's a matter of if cats have 7 lives, how many lives do fish keepers have? Married fish keepers.
That's a good one. Yes.
Frugal
How
Aquatic.
many lives do fish keepers have? That's pretty good.
Married fish keepers, right.
Well, it's not even just married. Some people are living together, so I would just state it, fish keepers.
Oh, all right. A few months.
You can get in trouble in more ways than just if you're married.
Yeah, really. Rowan's going to send flowers to James.
There you go. There you go, James. Set up the tank and send her flowers. That might work. If she's a flower lover.
Perfect.
Set it up or get flowers and put them on top of the fish tank and say, I set this up for you.
And add a little gift card, a $50 gift card to the local fish store.
There you go. So now we have to go shopping.
Right.
There are ways. You got to be sneaky.
You got to do these things, really.
Good morning, Chris Trapp. I don't know if anybody else, like Mrs. Moose is here from Australia. Chris Trapp.
Oh, yeah. World's smallest fish room. Talking about his ice cream deal.
Yeah.
With girlfriend. That's pretty cool.
Oh, see, Fish and Tactics, he says, I've almost died more than twice. So, see?
Right.
Everybody's been there. Funny. Yeah, I mean, it is a thing, though. It's like, if the other person's not as into fish as you are, it can pose a problem. It's like, really? You set that up right there? Yeah, it's not, you won't even notice. It's not in the way. There's a path.
New tank, that's been there. That's not new. That's been there.
Right. That's like
James,
when you pull a pocketbook out of the closet. I've had this forever.
right. James, when I give my wife flowers, she thinks I did something wrong. Well, that's a curious problem. You need to give her something else then. Come up
Yeah,
with a gift certificate. Gift certificates always work.
that's true. That is true. Yep. And then is water culture in here? Did we miss him? Oh yes. Good morning, water culture. Although it's not really morning for you, is it? But uh,
Purple Silver Haze is saying, I can't find any bristlenose near me. Well, just swim around a little bit. They'll turn
yeah,
up.
yeah.
They're
Tam,
undoubtedly there.
Tam, that's a good one. I've run out of chrome that I can buy for his motorcycle. LOL.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a good one. That's a good one. Yama, Yama 3.0. Hello.
So there's
Well,
always room for one more piece of crumb. Be
oh,
creative. If I don't get my wife anything, she knows nothing I've seen is good enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's training. That's brilliant training. I'm impressed, Bishop. Uh, excellent.
can't find any bristlenose here. Where do you live, Purple Haze? I'm sure you put it above, but I'm just wondering that.
Southern California.
Oh, jeez. I mean, that just seems like it's the one, like the number one pleco that's sold. The
Capital
bristlenose,
of the world, right?
aside from the common. But you know what I mean. It's like they're so popular. I
Yeah,
can't believe you can't find them.
jump in your nearest fish tank.
Right. Purple Silver Haze, Northern Michigan. Oh wow. So fishing tank is
Water
Michigan.
culture wants to join the stream and show us all his tanks. And I would kind of like to do that.
Okay.
You want to do that? Let's see if I can get a link.
Okay.
Come
Well, it
on
should
up.
be up there. No, the link is pinned. Remember?
Well, is it still?
Yeah, it's still up there.
It is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water culture, come on up. We'll
Yeah.
take a look at your face. You give you your 15 minutes of fame here for Father Fish and Joey's channel. Well, I posted the link and nothing's happening. So,
Well, just give them a minute. It might take them a minute.
longing
It's up
for being able to travel again. Sick of this corona
there.
doodah. God knows. Ain't that
Yeah.
the truth? I am dying to go to England. I really want to go to England, but also don't want to get stuck in a hotel for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. You'd have to almost plan a month-long trip, to
Yeah, really,
if you
really.
got to be stuck there for
And
2
why
weeks.
would you want to do that anyway? If you need rocks, you can get them from her sister Dawn. Stephanie said, funny
Yeah.
stuff. All right, we got. If I can get my mouse working, we have water culture here, sort of. I haven't got a link. There we go. All right, let's get a
Hello,
move.
everyone.
Hi there.
Hello.
All right. Look at that. Oh, you've
I
got
don't know if it's
stunning.
working very well.
Yeah, it's working great. Doing
Yeah.
very well. I like this tank. I commented on this tank
So-
earlier.
So that's the Dutch style.
The Dutch, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, with the narrow leaf plants.
Okay. Cool.
This one that was
It looks
set
really
up
good.
2 days ago.
Say what?
I think.
Yeah, you posted that a couple of days ago. That's a really interesting plant, interesting tank with a variety of narrow leaf plants. I think it's very unusual. This is Ludwig.
I think we've got a little bit
What
of
are we
a
looking at here? I think it's okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the audio isn't as good. The photos, pictures
Yeah,
great.
yeah, we're not getting your audio, but the video is good.
Right.
What happened?
But it has moved a little. Yeah, so it's like maybe. Oh, hello. I'm thinking that we've lost the connection a little bit. So hopefully he'll be able to make it back.
Try him again.
Or maybe he just needs to drop down and come back. Oh, okay.
Are you there, water culture?
Hello. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes, I
we
lost
got you.
connection.
We have you now, I think. Are you there? Can you hear us?
So I can hear you, but I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. And your picture is sideways.
Okay, that's.
There
Oh, sorry. Stop
you go. I mean, it looked okay that
So
way.
this is the. So this
Yeah,
is the
that's
Dutch style nano that you've seen
yes,
before.
right.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And then this is one that we set this one up 2 days ago.
Is that
wow.
It's just a
Ludwigia?
simple low light.
Mm-hmm.
What are the plants?
What did you say, Sophie?
What are the plants? It looks
we
like
have
Ludwigia.
we have a Ludwigia. We have
Yeah,
a Ludwigia here, and there's a super red here as well.
nice. Oh
Lots
yeah.
of Anubias nana.
Ah,
Little bits
yeah.
of
I really
Jordan.
like the nana. I use a lot of Nana Petite.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. Going again.
Yeah, we just
Lost
somehow
them
the
again.
connection. Yeah, somehow the connection's weak, which is too bad. It's too bad that it's weak, but it's just not in and out.
Well, I really enjoyed. Yeah, um, they're doing such good work. Just real
Yeah.
quality work.
Well,
And
Lori posted his link so people can,
good.
get
Yeah,
over there and
yeah. Get over there and check out.
Yeah.
We're talking about trying to do a joint effort here with something.
Right, because he wants you to do the Dutch style tank, which would be really cool.
Yeah, and I really would like to do it. I just ordered some plants that'll be in tomorrow, but really nothing adequate for that. I just got plants that I can put mostly out in my tubs. I've got about, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 tubs set up.
So, are those plants that you're willing to sell, or are they just for your tank?
Yeah, no, that would be the idea to
Okay,
put them in
so
here I'm going to sell. Yeah,
you'll get them up on Get Gills and say what's available. Okay, cool.
yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. All right, that'll be good. I know.
Steve,
Sorry about the in water culture, but your tanks look wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
yes, indeed. Hi, Stephen. Nice
Good
to
morning.
have Stephen in. This is Moose. Hello, hello.
Yeah. All right. I was looking at the tanks and not looking for questions.
Yeah.
Everybody likes show and tell, so I was watching.
Yeah, this is Moose saying she could not get the red stem lud to grow in the tank. They're difficult because they're a very high-light plant. Red root, for example, I think it's impossible to grow red root in an indoor aquarium. I think it absolutely requires sunlight to be able to do it. So,
Yeah.
if you want to display a plant like that, you've got to be willing to take it outside every week or so. Let's see, horticulture's back. Let's
Kind of give it a boost, give
Yeah.
those red plants some real sunlight.
He was going to switch to another phone. Let's see how he did. Are you
Okay.
there?
Yep, sorry, let's try this again.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So this one was set up 2 days ago, I believe.
Okay.
I haven't actually put this one on my channel yet, so you should all the first to see it.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
So we've just got a variant selection of low light plants on the sides with
Nice.
high light plants towards the middle, because I don't know if you've ever had one of these fluval edges before, but they're not the best in terms of light.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then this is R275.
I saw a picture of that tank earlier, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's really
It's
really
we done a big trim on it a few days ago, so it's
Did you?
it's
Yeah.
not looking-
Yeah, it looked a lot better before you trimmed it.
yeah. It
Now,
needs
you have neons and angels together.
the
There will
cardinal
come a point in
temperatures.
time when the neons will begin disappearing.
Yeah, they're cardinal tetras, so they're slightly bigger.
Yeah. If the angels get big enough, they'll start eating them.
Oh, I know. This is more of a grow out tank for them, and we're setting up a
Yeah.
breeding.
It looks
So-
great.
It's a stunning tank.
Yeah.
It
Really nice. And the fish are beautiful.
really is.
And I've got one last one to show you upstairs. Bear with me a
Well, you
moment while I run
do some
upstairs.
great work.
I would say
You know.
And then this
it's really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, wonderful work.
this aquarium is one that my partner set up, which was her very first aquascape.
We
Oh,
have
really?
no
We feel as though
picture.
it's
We're not seeing
Yeah, we
anything.
don't see a picture of watercolor. We're just seeing red. Okay,
There we
there we
are.
go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I like your
this
bed.
is my partner's very first aquascape.
Oh, really?
Really nice.
Yeah, so she's
Does
doing
it,
well.
does Dutch employ hardscape?
Not normally, no, but this didn't exactly have a scape in mind. We just put some plants in and we just let her play around with deciding
Yeah.
what plants she wanted to try.
I like it.
Yeah. It looks great.
I think it's beautiful.
But no, if you put hardscape in a Dutch tank, it starts to edge more towards a Brazilian style than on terraces.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Nice.
yeah,
Very
it's quite a nice tank.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
like your bed.
Thank you.
It's pretty.
I'll give you a better look.
Look at
Nice
that.
little female. Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
It looks like all egged up. Nice. Nice boy.
Some orange flash cories in there as well.
Oh, yeah, those are pretty. Really pretty.
Right, well, thank you for letting me show the tanks.
Oh, delightful. Thank you so much.
Thank
You guys are doing a great job. Beautiful
Thank you.
tanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Really
No.
appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.
You
Thank
too.
you. Take care. Hi there.
Hi. No, they're really pretty. I love looking at those tanks. You know, I don't keep those planted tanks like that, but they're beautiful. You know,
You really are. Yeah.
love it.
I think a lot of that is just really having a vision for it. If you've got a vision, you can create,
Oh,
things.
absolutely. I just don't keep necessarily the right fish to be in those tanks. And it's just, for me, it's not what I want to do, but I love looking at it. And I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
like you said, how everybody has a vision and the patience to do it. It's very impressive, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm getting a bunch of new plants in tomorrow,
yeah,
and this is I've been looking at this, and it's one of the first ones I want to work on. It's a complete disaster, but I remember reading an article by Omano,
yeah,
and he said where he got to with hardscape was simply dropping it in, and found that if he worked with that, it would give him really remarkable tanks. So that's kind of what I have in mind with this. It's just
yeah,
a bunch of rock and shell and wood piled into the bottom of the tank. It's
yeah.
got some scuzzy stuff that's coming out, but I'm going to start planting it tomorrow and see if I can make something really attractive out of it.
Well, I'm sure
So,
you can.
so we'll
You know,
see.
yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to do that. It might take a few tries of rearranging things, but I'm sure it'll be nice. Get those plants growing, you know. Um,
Well, yeah.
David Fellows had a question about a fish. It was a while back, but it says uh, um, to keep basically native fish from the local lake, do they need to be kept in the same water and then slowly acclimate them to the freshwater? Is it important to do that?
Gee, if they're from a local lake,
Yeah,
then I would really attempt to make a biosphere out of that tank, and duplicating the environment of that local lake, which might mean dragging buckets of water over to be able to do it. I would want to keep the fish in their native water. It's rare to be able to do that. Typically, we get fish in that are so far divorced from their native water that we have no idea even what the parameters of their native water is. But if you have a local fish out of a local body of water, um, and you're in a position to be able to dedicate a tank to that, I would make the effort to do it. Obviously, you can acclimate it to wherever your tap water is, but I think it's a whole lot more fun and a lot more interesting to try to duplicate. That's really what I've done here in my fish room. All of the water in these tanks is out of the creek behind my house. And that creek is like, see if I can show it to you. I don't know if I can. That creek is, you probably can't see it. 50 yards behind, 50 yards behind my house.
hard to see, but yeah.
Yeah, hard to see it with the shades down. But it's so I just dropped a hose and a pump in the creek and pumped water through the window into my tanks. And there were a couple of fish that did not like it at all, but most of them were doing just fine.
Right. That's what you were saying. But it's a little bit brackish, right?
Well, theoretically it is. It's tidal, but I've measured it, and I don't
Oh,
get
okay.
any kind of salinity reading at all.
Oh, all right. You did
A
test
lot
it.
of
I mean,
cannons, it's pretty yellow. And like with this tank is just real slow clearing up, but these tanks over here are crystal clear. They're clearing up nicely. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little concerned about the angels. That water's a little better than it was. I had a smaller sponge filter on it and a
yeah.
coarser one, which I changed out for a big fine one. And I think it's making a difference, but it's kind of slow.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll.
Um,
Um. Oh, Duco said Just wanted to notice that my shrimp have started breeding. Oh, nice. I noticed a couple buried shrimp a month ago, and I thought it had dropped the eggs, but today I saw 5 shrimplets. Awesome.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Like I say, baby anything is just fun. Oh, good morning against the flow. I'm probably higher up in the chat, and there's probably people that have come along. Oh, Emma says, I have a tip for you all. If you want coconut cave, buy bird food. You can get one that comes in a coconut. Just make an opening for the fish. Oh, awesome. Gotcha. Go to the bird section.
Huh.
Cool. Cool.
Right.
Yes. You feed some birds and get a coconut shell. Awesome.
Stephen is saying flow and cycle the water back through. You'll have a lot of fish die if you just pour river or lake water in the tank and go from there and not continue the river and lake cycle.
Oh, I just went back up because Stephen left a comment, and it says, so has anyone seen the story about the pack of great whites feeding on endangered white, dead whale? Can't get it out. Scientists are tagging them as they feed. It's one of the largest groups of great whites seen in one place. Wow.
What's the time?
Where is it, Stephen? 9:20. I couldn't say feeding endangered dead.
Pack of great whites feeding an endangered. Feeding it. Huh.
I think, yeah, but so I'm assuming it's a dead whale that they're
feeding on it.
Yeah. But where is it, Stephen? Like, where?
Huh. Any plants that do better in fine sand substrate than others? Oh, I don't know.
I just think, I don't know. For me, I just try plants occasionally, and some like my water, and some don't. You know, and the ones that take free.
That's the easiest way to do it. That's right.
How I do it, because sometimes just because I like a plant, it just doesn't necessarily like it here. You know.
Community Aquatics at 922 saying, Father Fish, we are a freshwater LFS in Orange City. We'd love to be able to have a conversation with you and get some serious pro tips.
Oh, wow.
We know you're a busy man, but I think we hold the same values. I'm utterly, absolutely delighted to do that, Community Aquatics. Yeah. Orange City where? Orange City, California? Where's Orange City, Florida?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good question, too. Yeah.
Yeah. We, if you'd like to come up and chat, we can do that. However you would like to do this. If you want to post a video of your store, if you've not done that yet, it'd be fun to look at your store.
Absolutely.
And happy to comment on it. If you got a channel with videos up, post your link, please, so we can get over there and take a look at what you are doing.
So, Stephen, what kind of a surgery are you doing on the goldfish this morning? What's wrong? I'm just curious. I don't know if you already put it in there, but I just saw the first part.
Mrs. Moose is talking about baby red lotus. Talking about mine. I've got a nice one here, but look down here. See this? That's a red lotus bulb with brand new babies coming out of it. And there are at least three baby plants coming out of it.
Yep.
So that's going to be loaded, and they get really big. They only. I'm looking forward to getting some outside. so I can get some blooming. I've yet to have one bloom in a tank.
Yeah. I mean, I've kept some of those, but it's like you said, it's hard if they can't come out and, you know, get out of the water. Mrs. Moose says, "Hey, Father Fish, my bristlenose chases my cories a lot. Any advice? He gets well fed and has hiding spots, though he never uses them. Should I even be concerned?"
Get another bristle nose. Try to pair them up. That'll give
There you
them something to pay attention to, other than their cories.
Oh, TJ was just kind of, I know we're all over the place in the chat, but I think he was just referring to, like, you know, collecting natives. He says, when I get natives, I check the pH of the river and then I adjust my water if necessary. Then I drip acclimate for an hour or more. Okay. Everyone has different ways of doing things, so it's always good to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Amanda says, my vision right now, Father Fish, is just to keep my fish alive. I hear that, Amanda.
Yep. I know you've answered. What is wrong with me this morning? Answered a couple bristle. See, that's bristle and answer together. Questions this morning. Did you do the against the flow one? It says I have two mature males in the same tank. Do they fight over females in caves? Did you answer that one?
No.
Okay. There you go. I was like, I feel like we've had a few bristle nose questions in a row.
Two bristle nose in the same tank. I've lost track. What are you?
It says I have two mature males in the same tank. Do they fight over females in caves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would tend to want to separate the males because they will fight.
Yeah.
And they'll do better breeding if you keep them in pairs.
Separated, yeah. Good morning, Suanne. Good morning, Word Dunlap. Oh, Community Aquatic says Florida. I don't know if you saw that already.
No.
Yeah, so Orange City, Florida.
Yeah, whatever you would like to do.
How far is that from you? I don't know. I know Florida's a long state.
The big state. Yeah, I don't know where Orange City.
It's long. Yeah, big and long, but is that a few hours from you, Orange City?
I don't know where it is.
Oh, me either. Okay.
Fun with fish and falconry. Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen is answering one of the worst cases of flukes I've seen.
Really? In a goldfish? Wow.
Goldfish, that's something.
Do you think I wonder if well, hopefully you'll be able to get it all out without
plates and covers. The owner attempted at-home surgery and caused even more damage. It's a mess. Damage to the gill plates and covers.
Oh, wow. Wow. No, Johans, I haven't then. Maybe it would help.
So what are you referring? I'm out of
He wants to know, have I been doing a little bourbon this morning? Because I keep messing up my word. I know, but maybe it would help.
A little bourbon. All right.
Word Dunlap is near Smoky Mountains. Cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Duco, the reason they're so active is they're spawning. I can see them in the thing. They're spawning behind me. My goldfish are.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so the water is getting a little cloudy, but they're spawning this morning. And believe me, I know they're spawning, and I've been sitting here wondering if I want to put a mop in or not. And it's not that I don't want them. It's just I'm starting into, horse show season, and I'm already going through my mind that if I hatch them out, I'm going to be going to a horse show, and feeding that fry is an issue. So I'm trying to decide. I've been watching them all morning, and it drives me nuts trying to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah, hard to take them with you, isn't it?
Yeah, and hard to, let's
Yeah, they
say, with
go
a
for a couple of
with
weeks.
month-old fry, you can't exactly leave them with enough food for a few days. You know what I mean? So it's tricky, and then you don't want anybody else feeding them because that's tricky too. So
Right.
sometimes I just have to look away and go, yeah, I'm not going to put them up in right now.
Yeah.
So, but that's why they're so active this morning, and they are spawning. Oh, yes, Patrick, it's a 75-gallon. Yeah. Oh, you had your Ryukins spawn this morning? Awesome.
Huh.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I'm not even worried about it. I mean, they've been spawning for hours, but if I wanted to put a mop in, I'd still get some because I don't want, 800 goldfish fry.
Yeah, if you could do a pond, that would solve the problem.
Of what?
Baby goldfish.
Of getting them or keeping the number
Outdoor,
down?
being able to naturally feed them.
Oh, naturally feed them. Yeah. Well, like I said, that's just not my situation. So.
Well, you can't
Yeah,
write
this
it.
is always my dilemma of horse show season. When we start doing horse shows and stuff, I usually don't necessarily do a lot of spawns because of exactly what I'm talking about. So I try to do more in the winter and less in the summer. That's me.
Right.
We have pepper jelly that's new in the house. Welcome.
For jelly, hello, hello.
Come.
We'll have to
Thank
give pepper jelly a Rich.
Yeah. I'm Steven, you'll have to let us know how that goldfish surgery goes. I'm just curious.
Steven says he probably treats more goldfish than any other species other than koi and menace. And Richie is leaving us to catch the rest of the show on replay.
Crazy. Bye,
And
Richie.
water culture is using the fry as live food. We know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I just, if I'm going to raise my babies, to try to get something nice, I just want to be able to see it through. You know what I mean? I don't want to raise them up and then have them die because I'm gone at a horse show. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So. But I mean, obviously, people feed, other fish all the time. So sure.
Mrs. Moose is saying her white clouds are always fat with eggs. They are probably spawning early in the morning, right at dawn, and you may simply be missing it.
They typically do spawn. See, I'm just all over the place. I'm looking at words and talking. I need to stop doing that. They spurn. Yep, that's a new one. Yep, they spurn in the morning. That's spawn in morning. I'm just being crazy. Okay.
If your fish are healthy and your tank's healthy, then then you're gonna get spawning happening. Yeah. It's just the natural part of the life cycle of the animal.
Hello, Coffee. Good to see you here. Oh, it's hilarious and good because I keep combining my words. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to keep them, but my, Danios, and I have just a little mixed group of Danios. They spawn every morning because I have a little teeny tank right where I sit and drink my coffee with the dogs and every morning. But I just don't want any.
And yes,
But
their
it's fun.
dogs drink coffee in the morning.
Good behavior. That means they're happy. That means they're happy and healthy. You know.
Right.
So.
Oh dear.
Oh, so easy. He's just saying, Amanda, be careful. You don't want to catch MTS. That is so easy to catch.
It's a red disease, really.
Oh,
Oh, the old
TJ.
aquatic says
TJ,
you're
no, I'm not.
again.
I'm an original. I'm something. I don't know. Original? Maybe.
And Amanda doesn't know what MTS is, so nobody tell Amanda what MTS is. And then when it hits, we can say, aha.
Amanda doesn't know what MTS is. Yes, she knows.
We'll see.
Because we all have it. No
Yeah.
fishing. No fishing. No, and I never have. Never.
Mr.
Ever.
Manifesto, I have not sent the mugs out yet. I did go to Office Depot yesterday. I got paper, tape, labels, got everything I need to be able to wrap them. Today's goal is to wrap them. As well as the dirt, I went and I bought all of the subsoils I needed, the additives. So I got all that. It's all mixed up. So I'm trying to get all the bits and pieces together. Unfortunately, I don't have a working printer, so I'm going to have to do all this manually.
Yeah.
Which will take a little longer, but I can do it. And I'll be working on it this afternoon. My apologies to everyone who have not yet sent mud and dirt to. And those people who want fish and plants, well, the plants will be next week. They're coming in tomorrow. And the fish, I'm hoping to get out over the weekend and collect pygmy sunfish. So I should have them by next week. So this is all coming together. It's taking a while because I'm an old, weak man with bad legs. So that's my excuse today, anyway.
Oh my goodness! Sorry, Kim Cunningham is here from Arizona. It's snowing in Arizona. Wow!
Come on.
You should write a song with. Now, and I'm just gonna say, Amanda, I know you're just joking. You know what MTS is. You have to, and it's not Malaysian trumpet snails. It's something else.
Trumpet snail. So that's good. I'll make that. That's good. Right. Roman. Not going to help Amanda.
Right, Roman. Henry says, find out when it's too late. Yeah, we all have it.
Right. It's a riding mower addiction. Right?
Yeah. I think it's, I wonder sometimes when you see somebody that just has one fish tank and they literally like, oh yeah, I just had that fish tank for 5 years. I'm just wondering, obviously a different kind of person than I am, that they can just have one tank and never take that next step.
My grandmother only ever had one tank.
She only ever had one tank, huh?
But she only ever had guppies.
Okay.
She had guppies. She had some plants that she collected wild. And that was it. She had a 10-gallon tank.
And she just never either felt the need to have another?
She had a bigger tank when I was real little. And maybe it just seemed bigger. I don't know. It was probably the same thing. She was not one to spend money on something when she had something adequate.
Yeah. Yes, Robert. Ding, ding. You have the answer. You posted the answer.
Pepper jelly.
Community Aquatic says they're 2.5 hours away from you, Father Fish. So that's not too bad.
Bacon 4573.
Good morning, Bacon.
What was this about community who's wants?
Well, see, that's my problem, pepper jelly, too. I can't have just one of anything. I don't have one dog. I have two. You know, I don't have one horse. Actually, I only have five right now. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Community college is picking up waterscapes. I just ordered some waterscapes yesterday, so I'll get them in tomorrow. It's only an hour and a half drive, but
Yeah. Oh, that's
hard
funny,
to
Mr.
find.
Yeah, Mr. Manifesto says he had multi-tank syndrome at 10. 37 years later, it hasn't gotten any better. It's only gotten worse. Yeah, I think it gets worse because we get to make our own decisions, and then it's our own money. You don't have, you just go. Yep, I have it. I know I have it because I have it, but I have a 90 gallon, a 55 gallon, a 33 long, a 40 long, just sitting in the house empty, plus stuff in the garage. Empty, waiting for when the spirit moves me. And they're just hanging around, It's like, you got a problem when you're even housing empty tanks. It's small, Johans. I mean, we would be like the gentleman farmer. We're not like farmers. We just have show horses. So you can have the ponderosa on 5 acres with the kind of horses that we keep. And like I said, we just have
How much acreage have you got?
Well, just 5. But then I own, my mom's place next door, and that I think technically has 11. So it's a pretty good
So
chunk
it's
of land.
getting up there, isn't it?
I could sense that if I wanted to. I mean, I have show horses, so we just don't do all those things. So, and I don't do gardening.
You don't.
No, I grew up hoeing and doing all that, and I'm not doing that.
Huh.
We had pretty big gardens growing up and stuff, and I never liked gardening, like growing vegetables and stuff. I like flowers. I like how the house looks, but I would even say to somebody, we put in so many, trees and shrubs and things and all these things that have to be bark mulched and weeded and whatever. And I look at people now, I'm like, yeah, don't put that in. Don't. Just put like one thing in because you have to maintain it. And it seemed like a good idea when I was younger, but I just don't love it, So think about that when you're in a house. Think about when you're older, all the things you're doing outside. How are you going to maintain it? Or if you're going to want to.
How many fish tanks do you have?
Too many. Probably over 50. Not all large.
There you go.
Too many.
But,
I try not to count.
it's a matter of what you want.
Right.
It really
I
is.
would rather clean a stall than weed a garden. That's just me.
That's interesting.
I would rather be down there with, cleaning stalls and sweating and doing whatever, But if you ask me to go out and weed a garden, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'll mow a ton of green, but I don't want to weed a garden.
What it depends on is how long the barn is needed to be mucked out and how long the garden is needed to be weeded.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do the whole weeding thing in one day. There's just no way. But I don't even want to go spend an hour a day weeding. I don't. I hate it. I feel like I'm being punished.
Well, when I had horses, I learned very quickly that mucking out every day was vastly superior to mucking out once a week.
Sure. Yeah. Much easier. Yep. But, I don't know. I guess it's just different personalities or whatever, and what you like. Because I know people, my sister likes to garden. She's in here. She likes to garden. I don't like to garden. She grows vegetables and stuff every year. I don't. She loves it. I don't. So it's just like you say, it's just a difference. And it's not that I'm afraid of work because I'm not. I just don't want to do that work. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
You know. See,
My,
Robert says he's a gardener. Yeah.
my
They bring
room
me the new one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
my roommate had a substantial flower garden and did vegetables as well.
Hmm.
This is a double wide, so he had things growing all around the house, all during the years his wife was alive. When she died, it stopped. That was about 6 years ago. And
Yeah.
he has not touched the plant since she died.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He was master gardener level.
Wow. It's just not fun for him anymore. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
he
it
was
brings
doing.
back bad memories or
Yeah. Well, it's something that she
good
appreciated.
memories, but memories you don't.
Yeah,
Right.
she appreciated his effort, so he did it for her. And when she was
Yeah.
gone, there was no motivation.
Yeah. Oh, James, you hated mucking out the cow barn. See, now that's where I draw the line. I can't stand the smell of a cow barn. I can't. I mean, I'll clean horses all day long, but I walk into a cow barn, I want to gag. I can't stand cows.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, Lee sold the apartment. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, he did a
Well,
video yesterday. They were
late.
down looking at boats and stuff. Well, people were looking at it. They made an offer. They
Yeah.
closed in a matter of 24 hours. That's amazing.
Wow. Okay,
Chris Trap
we're
suggests,
lagging. Should I drop down and come back? Because
yeah, okay.
I think I
Let me,
should. I don't think we're good.
let me get the link.
Okay.
Oh, what was it I was trying to do? Chris Trap, do you suggest never cleaning filters till they clog? Yeah, I do actually. Um, I think uh, I clean filters, and that includes sponge filters. I clean filters when they no longer work. Or in the case of a sponge filter, is she here? I don't know. In the case of a sponge filter, when when I get around to it, which is usually every 6 months to a year. I don't know what's going on. Let me knock this off. Kick from studio. All right, let's try it again. Is the link posting? Can somebody tell me if the link is up? I don't know if is it still pinned? It is still pinned. Huh. We've lost Joey. There she is. Hi there. Is that better?
Okay. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better. It wouldn't shut off so that I could reconnect. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah, I had to kick it off to get it to shut off.
Okay, because it wouldn't let me drop out to come back. I was like, this is crazy.
Oh, right.
Anyway, sorry guys. Yeah, lately I haven't seen you in, I feel like, weeks.
One
But
viewer gave the asking price. Amazing. Well, that's exciting, Lee.
yeah.
There. I really am hoping to be able to get up to get over and visit Lee and Sue. I so much want to be able to do that. Now I'll have to wait till they find a new home to move into. And
Yeah.
maybe they'll have a guest room. They've been in a little apartment, which is just a delightful place. Um, but I know they want to be able to do more talking about gardens. Sue is a gardener, and they have not been able to do that at all. So they're looking now for a house where they can expand the fish hobby and have a garden and maybe raise a couple
Oh,
of
yeah.
pigs and cows. Who knows?
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
that'd be
they're
fun.
planning to stay on the island though.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Lee.
Portsmouth,
And Sue.
Portsmouth Island.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um.
Well, very cute place, Lee. I'm happy for you. That's exciting.
All right.
The link is up. Baroness Chevy. Yes. All right.
Oh, somebody asked how you and I met. I feel like we tell the story now every week.
Uh,
but
we
basically,
met over a series of cocktails.
yeah, right. I met Father Fish officially on this stream.
That's right. And that was at least a year ago.
Oh yeah, I started. I found him through Lucas through LRB, um, and just occasionally started coming down and hanging out, and I guess I probably started hanging out a little more as time went on, and then eventually Cassie invited me up, and I've kind of, I guess, been up here ever since, right?
Kind of, yeah. Just
Kind
sort of
of.
found a home.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You know, I was looking for someone who I felt I could have some real simpatico with, who would be able to encounter me on a level that was I don't know how I want to say this, um, that was equal in some way. I needed somebody who could say things to me that I perhaps didn't want to hear, but needed to hear. And Joey's real good at that. She'll burn my ears off if she takes a notion, which is fine. I appreciate it. You know, Joey's also 25 years younger than me, so she really is a daughter's age, and I very much appreciate that about her. I have a daughter who's 41, I guess, about 15 years younger than Joey, who's a brilliant woman, very tough nosed, a lot like Joey in many respects. Um, Extremely high achiever, and very self assured person. I didn't realize how much they have in common. But she's too busy to talk with me in this way. I get to talk with a daughter every day for an hour, and it's a joy to me. I, th- I really enjoy it. So
Well,
long
thanks.
as you're willing to
I
do
understand.
that, I'm willing to take it. So,
Yeah, because hey, I'm not always nice.
well, it isn't a matter of being nice. It really isn't a matter of being nice. It's a matter of being civil and being caring. And I found Joey a deeply caring person who is very aware of how she affects people and what she says and how she's coming across. And I'm not particularly. So there's a good balance there. Anyway, it's
Just tell it like it is sometimes. Oh, Kenny,
yeah,
you're funny. Amanda, I'm actually 56.
56. Yep.
I don't
25,
care. I'll shout my age out. I don't care.
25 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you. Kenny's always here for the.
Oh, Florida Fish Rescue is here. Hello, hello. Nice
Hello.
to see you. Delighted to have you with
Somebody
us.
new came in up above. I'm scrolling back. William H. Welcome. Yeah, years ago, Penflex Company sold tinted fluorescent bulbs. Yep. Brought up the colors in the fish, Father Fish. Do you remember these? Yep. Do you remember those? I do. The incandescent bulbs.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
The very, very first thing I ever had.
They sold red, blue, green. You know, you get all those different color
Right.
incandescent bulbs. Yep. Sure
Yeah,
did. Well, he
you're
said
right.
tinted fluorescent. I don't remember them being fluorescent. I remember them being incandescent. I don't remember a tinted fluorescent bulb. Do you? I remember
No,
the ink.
fluorescence came along much, much later.
Yeah.
Much later.
Yeah, I just remember all those incandescent bulbs that they had. They had all the colors. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
But welcome, William.
Kenny's
Good
here.
morning, Kenny. Good morning, Kenny.
Kenny, we got the 10 o'clock crowd coming in.
Kenny likes to give me a hard time when he can, but I give it right back.
Frugal is saying Joey is sensible. Father Fish is reckless abandon. Well, that's probably more truth to that than not.
What do you say?
Pepper Jelly wants to know what your skin routine is.
Okay, no big secret. I have been all over the thing with skincare and products, and I've bought very expensive skincare, and I've done all the things and then back. I mean, when I was really young, all my sisters were Mary Kay ladies. They all sold Mary Kay when I was in my early teens. So I mean, I've done it all. I can't even think of. I mean, you know, the stuff that's $80 a bottle and this and that. And I finally decided it wasn't making a difference. So I just use like Clean and Clear, to the non-oil one to wash my face, and I use Neutrogena moisturizer. That's it, right off the grocery store shelf. Because I didn't think the $100 whatever was doing a thing. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kenny, if I'd known you were coming in, I would have tried to get some yellow in here too for you. You know, Kenny, the big Vikings fan. Vikings purple. So anyway, purple blues, yeah.
Purple people.
You'll be 49 next month, Amanda. I just don't worry about it. It's just a number. It's how you feel, how you act, whatever. Is what it is, right?
Until you hit 80.
Okay, I got a little ways to go.
Patrick Murphy wants to know who I was referring to in the How to Stop Killing Your Fish video this morning. That's a video I put out at least a year ago. It's a remaster. And I will never tell, but there are those who know. I think it came up once or twice in conversation, but I ain't gonna tell.
Okay. Sometimes it's best not to tell. Good morning, Eric. Good to see you here. Which is Furloughs Aquatics.
Imagine the words.
Now, Robert says wearing yellow on Thursdays is in Indian culture is good luck. Okay, I did not know that. And it's going to be 29 soon. Yeah. Hello,
Here's a good one. Van Jatan. Does Father Fish have any tips on growing, it just bounced around, bamboo in an aquarium? No. Not at all. Bamboo is a bog plant. It's not an aquatic plant, it's a bog plant. It'll grow in water. It'll also grow in dirt. It'll grow in dry dirt as well as wet dirt as well as water. but it will not grow under the water. Only the roots will remain alive in the water.
Yeah. Oh, Roman, I don't care. Some women freak out. He says you committed the ultimate crime, divulging a woman's age. I don't care. I'll tell my age all day long. I know a lot of women don't want to. I prefer everybody knows. I'm not trying to say I'm 40. I am what I am.
Right.
I know my aunt, man, she would not tell her age. And I'm like, what's the difference? Oh, we're going to talk about Robert's coming in with a fish question. Good idea.
Right. We're talking about age and
We're
boots
talking about age and skincare, and I don't even know what else we've been on.
getting drunk. Right.
Weeding. I didn't like to weed, and I prefer to clean stalls.
And who's been bad mouthing Father Fish?
Right. and that I tell Father Fish, mm,
Keep your mouth shut, she
when
says.
I tell him you need to not do this, and I do point my finger at him.
Yes, she does.
Oh boy, I do.
And normally I take it as good advice because I have a way of sounding off and releasing things from my mouth that are better left unsaid.
Mm-hmm.
So I do try to take Joey serious. Sometimes I feel like I just don't want to kowtow to that, and I really want to spit it out. So I do, and I always wind up sorrier for it.
Yep. Sometimes you need to think before you speak. I say those things, and a
Yeah,
lot more.
it's because she beats me over the head with it,
Yeah,
like a good daughter would.
that's right.
Spike
You
with some
do
amphetamine.
that.
What is this? The fish stores. I'm having trouble here.
Emma says, I took my mom to a New Year's party when I was 18. She was 42, pretended she was my sister all night. That's awesome.
It's funny.
Yep.
Uh,
See, it's so funny what people like Robert's talking about hornwort. Just how we all like different plants and stuff. Like some hornwort in his
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
You talked the other day about bettas not liking water current reef the same. I have a small sponge filter. Should I just take it out and see how things are without it? It's probably not making that much difference. It may not be creating current at all. If you've got a
Right.
lot of plants in there, probably it's not because they're going to break up the current. Um, Mainly, they don't like having to fight the water flow. They live in ditches, for God's sake, where
Right.
there's no water flow, or
So,
little, very tiny. They live in these tiny little glass bowls. It's all over Thailand. You find these little tiny bowls.
I find
All
them in
over,
Coke bottles. They
yeah,
have a lot in Coke bottles. Yeah.
right. The little Coke bottles. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
They're all
I,
left over from. They're all left in Vietnam. They're all left over from when GI Joe was there, throwing Coke bottles in the rice paddies, and now
right.
all the bettas live in Coke bottles,
Bottles. Yeah.
and they
Um,
collect that way. And somebody probably believes that. More's the pity.
well, they're being raised in Coke bottles. Yeah. But like Father Fish said, unless you see it struggling against a current, and you'll be able to tell. If you're not seeing that, then I agree with him. It's fine. Leave it going. They can get behind plants and avoid flow.
Lee wants to know how to prepare and move his tanks. Um, what you're going to need to do is get help. What I would do with the 50 is reduce the water level down to 1 inch, pull out most of the fish, and put them in a bucket with an aerator, and then try to move that tank without breaking it down. If you can do it, and if you got two strong men who can do it, get it moved and set up and refilled, you'll be delighted you were able to do it. It may not be possible. It's going to take some muscle to pull it off. And you've got to take care of those fish because you got a lot of them. It's too many to simply leave in there. You could leave some of them in, but I would try to catch most of them, at least 2/3 of them, and put them in a container with some kind of a battery operated air stone so you
Yeah.
can keep air on them. The others will be all right in that tank with low water level. They'll do fine in there for a day or two until you can get it moved. If you can't do it, then you just can't do it. If you can't do it, you need to break it all down and set it up new. But you've got a really nice tank that's very healthy and would be fun to be able to keep it going for another 20 years. So if you can work out a way to do it, then try to do it.
Yeah.
I won't be much help if I come over because I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. We moved a bunch of tanks in here. I did not pick up one of them.
Mm. Um, Amanda, I mean, obviously that is fight. Even females have pecking orders. So there are some people on YouTube and stuff that have larger tanks that keep, a few males in there, and the tanks are large enough, and they have enough um, plants that I call them sightline plants that kind of break the tank up, and they have little different areas. But they're territorial. They want their own space. But the difference too is so that's why in a small tank you typically keep one male, and even in a really small tank you're not going to have a good betta sorority. The females there's not going to be enough room for them to get away. But what you also have to realize is wild bettas are very different from betta splendens, the ones that we are breeding today. The ones you see in the store, you don't find in a rice paddy. They've been developed over years, and it's a completely different fish. Um,
True enough.
Wild have a completely different personality. So, but we basically bred them to be aggressive, to fight, and so that is what they do. And but there are people that have like a 55-gallon tank and they'll have 4 or 5 males, and if they've got enough plants and whatever, and the males kind of get their little territories and they work it out. Um, if it's something you want to try, I mean, everybody does their own thing, but that's the basis of it. But we've developed this fish to be what it is. You're not going to
Yeah.
find you're not going to find that in a rice paddy. You're just not.
Right. Now, I had a friend, one of my customers, he was an older man. He was breeding bettas. And it was the most ungodly mess you'd ever want to see. The tank that he had, the fry-in stank. It was foul.
Yeah.
It was like a 5-gallon tank with 25 half-grown fish in it. And then they became full-grown fish. 25 full-grown bettas in a 5-gallon tank. Mixed sexes, male and female. They were, every one of them, in absolutely perfect condition. Not a nip fin on them. But they had grown up together. So it really taught me a lesson about that. that
Yeah.
if you keep them together, they're fine until you separate them. And
Or
then,
till you add another one to it. Add one to it and you'll get a mess too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too.
Yeah.
Once you separate them, you can't put them back together, and you can't add new ones to it. Um, but I found that kind of remarkable.
Yeah.
I've had I've had two males in a 29, and they tore each other up. So it's not simply a matter of having a space. They don't
Right.
try. They don't try to get away from each other. They
True.
try to encounter each
Yeah.
other.
I mean, it takes special fish to be able to do that. Like you said, you can't just go buy 10 of them, throw them in a big tank, give them hides, and it's going to work. No, it's not going to work. I'm saying I've seen it work, but it's not the norm, that's for sure. But
Yeah,
when I raise them up, I mean, obviously I raise them up in a tank and they're growing up together. And it's the same thing. The core group gets along, but then I find I have to pull certain fish, and then and I start jarring, and then but the basic group, you're right, gets along and gets along for a long time. But I end up pulling them and selling them. So no, Kevin, I didn't see that stream yesterday. I'm not sure when they were on, but I'm sure I was busy. I was working horses last night and doing a bunch of stuff. I'm almost always busy. Um,
Ren LaRue, toss the sand in mud and start over. No, save it and
right.
reuse it. You can recap it with new sand.
Yeah.
You can also um, recharge it by adding what if you got it out by adding new additives to it.
Um, unless a breeder wants to sell you some fried anda, I mean, I know the box stores sell those baby. That in my opinion are way too young to be on the shelf. But unless you can find somebody, you're going to have to raise your own and get a group.
Two blue paradise and a 29. Paradise, another really mean fish.
I know they are.
Not one I'm excited about. And they're mean to everybody.
Yeah, I don't keep them. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a guy insist that I keep them. He kept bringing them to me. And the last time he brought me like 50. And I threw them out of the store and never saw them again. He just kept insisting. He did it half a dozen times. And I was a nice guy for a while. But I wound up having to get rid of them because I couldn't put them with anything.
Yeah. No, they're pretty aggressive. Good morning, Jay Olivers. Yeah, and that's pretty much, he's just saying, he used to breed crown tail betters, and I would always have to separate males at 12 to 13 weeks of age
Yeah,
because yeah, and that's basically what I'm saying. I have my group of fry I'm raising, and as they start to get aggressive, I'll pull them and jar them, and yep. I mean, but like I said, we've bred them to be that way.
yeah, yeah. I've bred a lot of crown tails, and I really like them a lot.
Well, I mean, any of them. I mean, they're all going to have the same behavior, whether it's veil tails, crown tails, half moons. It's all the same principles of raising them.
Ooh, we're in Dunlap's talking about a killer angel.
Sure.
Killer angel.
Sure.
Ren LaRue, it smells like funky swamp. I would not suggest that funky swamp smell is normal. At least
Yeah.
it's not a smell I would want in my house.
Hmm. Kevin, I have over 50. I haven't counted. Try not to count. I'll start in one room because I'll think, oh, I don't have that many. And then I'll be like, oh my goodness, there's like 12 in this one room. I'm like, okay. Hello. Good morning, Mr. Prepper. Oh, and
Mr. Crab.
ADP Productions, good morning. I know we've missed a lot of people coming in because we've been talking.
Yes, we have.
And Could you give Ren a wrench, Fatherfish?
I did.
Oh, okay. All right.
It didn't
Um,
take.
I wonder what Kenny said that was so bad that he had to retract his message.
I don't want to know.
I know that troublemaker Kenny.
Really?
Oh, oh, okay. It's got a good nickname for you, Kenny, next time you come in with a wig. He's going to be Kendra.
Kendra, very
When are
good.
you going to be Kendra again, Kenny?
I like it.
Kendra.
Oh dear. All right, where are we? I'm at a point where I'm thinking about stuff I don't want to say.
What about his glitter? Oh, yeah, Kenny loves glitter. Yeah, love it all. Yeah, I think Kendra's a nice name for Kenny when he's wearing the wig.
Fatherfish. Good, how are you? Well, I'm not. I shut the shop down.
New kind of fishing. Good morning.
I really did. Took about a month to do it. Sold everything off. I liquidated.
See, Mary, that got you to come in. That
Well, I
Kendra,
did it very willingly, and you know, it was something I was going to do. So I felt good about it.
Oh, I love Kenny.
I'm doing YouTube. In fact, I'm on
I wouldn't give him
right
anything.
now. Have you caught my YouTube channel?
I wouldn't bother.
Well, look it up. It's Fatherfish on YouTube, and I'm on live 9 o'clock every morning for an hour and a half, and we just chat with people.
Kendra, why do I need to behave?
I don't have a salt tank going. I'm trying to think who I care to be supportive of. I don't know.
You know I do.
Doing salt. Okay, yeah, catch up with me online. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'll like it too. Take care. Dooby-doo.
You want to do one last question, although it might.
Well, Florida Fish Rescue just popped in. Let's say hello. Hello.
Hi guys. How are you?
How are you?
Where are you located?
I am. I'm sitting out by the pools. I'm actually on my carport.
Okay.
What town?
What
town?
town is that?
Oh, we're in Bradenton, which is about 50 miles south of Tampa.
Yeah, you're about 25 miles north of me.
Yeah, you're in Sarasota.
I'm in Venice.
You're in Venice. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned that, and I thought maybe I'd come down and see you at some point.
Well, please do. My shop is closed, but I've got a bunch of little tanks set up here, and it'd be fun to talk with you and I'd like to come up and see what you're doing as well.
Yeah, you're certainly welcome. You're certainly welcome. I want to learn throwing tips.
There's a guy down in Fort Myers who's got a big operation that we both should go visit.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't remember his name, but he's a rescue.
Okay. Okay.
And a big rescue.
Okay.
He's got 10,000 gallons.
Wow.
He's got a real big operation with some very big fish in it. So it'd be worth a trip down. I've been wanting to go down there. I've lost track even of who he is. Somebody here online will know.
Right.
But I talked to him at one point, and he extended an invitation. He's trying to get open to the public.
Okay. Okay. You're not talking about predatory fins, because predatory fins just kind of opened
He's in Miami. He's in Miami.
Oh, yeah, Miami. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's someplace else I'd like to go visit. That's just
Yeah, I'd like to go check out his stuff. I really want to see the Arapama he's got up there.
yeah, I was looking at them last night on his current video. They must be 4 foot. They're a stuff. I've had them, but the biggest I had was about 2 foot. And of
Right.
course, it did not have them in Florida. But I guess you can get a permit.
Yeah, we actually are in the process of finishing off that permitting process right now too. Except
What
it's
about
$350.
barramundi? Can you get a permit in Florida for barramundi? Do you know? Somebody was mentioning that recently. The barramundi, it's the Australian arowana.
Gotcha. Well, when you get the permit here, it's not for a specific fish. It's for all invasive species. So
Oh,
you're
really?
you're basically saying I have the facilities to maintain them. I know how to keep them, and I know how to protect them from ending up in the waterways. And they come out and verify you set up, and yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's like $350 though just for the application process.
Now that I'm out of the big tank business, my biggest tank was a 55.
Right. That's my smallest tank, I think.
Right. I'll tell you what
I do have a couple. I've got a couple of small tanks up top that I keep for whenever I've got an aggressive fish that comes in, or I need to quarantine somebody. But
you know what
most of the tanks are.
Can you see this?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you see Can you see this picture?
No, sir, I can't. I've got my phone on a tripod, so.
I have a group of sirens that are about 2 foot long that were wild caught.
Father Fish, you're not on the screen. You're not on the screen at all. That's why nobody can see it.
I should be.
Well,
No, I can't see it because I don't have a screen in front of me. I'm looking at the back of my phone.
But all that's up on the screen is you. Florida Fish Rescue. Father Fish isn't.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So if you're trying to show something, nobody can see it.
Got
That's what I'm saying. So you wouldn't be able to see it anyway because he's not actually up there.
How's that?
Right.
There, now you can show what you're trying to show.
Oh, dear. All right. Well, we were about to run off. I'm glad you stopped up.
Yep. Thanks for having me. I was bored, thought I'd hop on because,
Well,
why the hell not?
Yeah. Be nice to get together. We'll do it sometime.
All right. Sounds like a good plan, man.
Take care.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the stream. See you later.
And somebody said it's bird garden. I think somebody said Rack was in here. Bird garden. Hello. I'm sure some other people came though.
Hey, all right.
So
What are we gonna do a tune? Let me get a tune up here.
Okay. Oh, JBV is here. Welcome. Maybe we'll get some more fish questions answered tomorrow. We went off in a different direction today. I don't even know how we got there.
I don't even know where we've been.
Muck and Stalls.
No idea.
Muck and Stalls in Wheaton. No, so we ended up over there. I don't know. Anyway, yes, thank you, Florida Fish Rescue, for coming up, and Waterculture for sharing your kinks, and
yes, absolutely.
Chevy Fish and Lori, as always, in here helping and greeting and
Chevy Fish,
sharing links, and everyone that shows up to be a part of this show and to be in the chat, because it wouldn't be anything without all of you in the chat.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely.
And that's what, gives us something to talk about, right?
Right.
Other than skincare,
Nails, right?
all the things that, that we need to do, And sorry if we missed people coming in, because I know we did. And
each other's lines. Being generally aggressive and
That's
hostile.
right. Robert, you're right. MTS is real. It's real.
It is.
That's what keeps us all going.